Welcome back. President Nangolo will deliver a keynote address at the Namibian Federation for the Visually Impaired Gala dinner at Parliament. We now cross over to our reporter Blanche Goreses to provide us with insight on what is happening. Blanche, it's over to you.
Well, thank you so much, Nina. The guests have started arriving for the gala dinner that's now organized by the Namibian Federation of Visually Impaired. So before the program even starts, right now it's all about just arrivals and then cash and having casual chats among themselves, as well as also what we have spotted so far as we all await for the arrival of the president, who is the patron of the federation. What we have spotted also are the national leaders who have come in support of the federation. But with me, I have the board member, who is Ms. Josephine Kudumo, to just tell us about how this federation has been doing over the past years in terms of support, and also how it has benefited when it comes to the patronage of Dr. Nangolo. Ma'am, thank you so much for joining us.
Welcome. Good evening. My name is, it was highlighted, I'm Josephine Kudumo. I'm a member of the Namibian Federation of the Visually Impaired, as it was stated, and I've been there since my young age, my tender age. And by the time this federation is formed and run by the people with visual impairment themselves, to fight and advocate and lobby for their equal right and inclusivity, among the other, and also to help the policy making so it can cater the inclusivity of visually impaired people, and to also advocate for equal and quality and accessible education for a child and a person with disability in general.
Now, Madam Kudumo, all this advocacy work done by the federation itself, would you say that over the years it has the results have been satisfactory?
Yeah, you cannot say yes, you cannot say no, but there was something moving. It's not a static thing. You could see people, some of them through awareness of this kind, like gala dinners or the celebration of International White Cane Day, which is normally celebrated on the 15th October every year. You raise awareness and individual awareness, approaching individual, you make a person to understand a visually impaired person. And you see among others, and people with visual impaired, they are no more hidden, they are no more ashamed of, most if there are just a few. And we give a gratitude to our government that now the police or the assistant of the disability social grant, it make it more open for people to expose their people with disability to come out from the houses, because they are becoming a source of income of the family. So it's something, and many are taking their kids to their children to education institutions, and people with visual impairment themselves, they are integrating themselves through education institutions and the social activity where they can be assisted. But it's not easy. It's not easy because we are dealing with different people with different attitude and understandings when it comes to people with visual impairment.
Now, Madam Kudumo, you are representing women on the board. What are some of the specific programs or activities that your desk is seized with in terms of all these programs that you have just explained?
Yes, our woman is having a women league which is under the Federation of Visually Impaired. It's a national women league, which is which affiliates to other international women league or association per the nations, like under the African Blind Union and under the World Blind Union. We affiliate there, and we have our partner there. And despite that, Women's League have catering services where the visually impaired people are the one to serve people, to cook and serve the people, pay the invitations or pay winning of the tender. And we have also the project of keeping the women busy by inviting them to different workshops. But due to lack of support, and it left us with a lack of enough fund to implement a lot of activity as we planned. However, we have a lot of things, and we have our patron, Women's League patron, who is Meme Anna Shiweda, the Deputy Minister of Agriculture. So she's our patron for the Women's League. Purposely is only to keep ourselves on the same pace with other women. And we are also asking for empowerment, women empowerment, to include people with visual impairment, as it's the purpose of our government.
Now, Madam Kudumo, the main patron or the patron of the overall federation is President Nangolo Mbumba, whom even after assuming office had paid a visit to the federation. So how has the federation benefited overall under his patronage?
Oh, we want to say we are smiling when we are talking of Dr. Nangolo Mbumba. He is so amazing patron to us. We started with him back years on 2004-5 somewhere there, and he has been a patron for long, and he will be a patron until his end on earth. Because he's our right hand. He helped the federation because the federation is non-government, non-profit making organization, and it depends to the support from any individual or groups. We have projects under it. We have rehabilitation courses where we rehabilitate people who never have opportunity to go undergo education institutions or formal education. And we have braille production unit. We have staff under the federation. And in many times you find that we don't have any coin to pay these people because our country was rated or regarded as a medium income country. So many donors have left us. We were mostly supported by the Finnish Federation of Visually Impaired from 1980s somewhere there until 2015-14. But somewhere we find our federation is dry. But by the help of the patron, we make it to today. We are pushing with him. He negotiated, or he come by himself. There was a time even he solicited fund through the celebration of his birthday, where they raised almost about 60 something thousands, just a family. So we did, or we achieved a lot, and we covered a wide area in our Namibian country that with his help. So we feel he's our part, and he was really created to help us, and we are really helping, and he make us to be to be included in different activity, like we are now a stakeholder in Ombai fishing, which is giving us a little of their income per annually, which keeps us running, even not all or not enough, but it's something. And he's still spearheading this the successfulness of this gala dinner. He did it even 2016, if I can recall well, and up to today it's a reputation. So we are happy to have him as a patron in our federation. And we are also inviting others through, not to as they are not going to be patron, but they could be a friend, they could be our ambassadors, they could come and support us. For them not to look us from a distance, but to just to come close to us, so they cannot say maybe, but to say exact information about visual impaired. Because if you are asking Dr. Nangolo Mbumba about visual impairment and their services, their ability and their capability, he could tell.
He could tell.
Yes.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes.
So as I see that there's a little bit of movement,
Yes.
that means your patron is about to arrive, and
Yes.
we will all have to go inside and then just wait for him and then hear the message as Madam Kudumo, who is the member of the board of the Namibia Visually Impaired Federation for the Visually Impaired, said that it's all about inclusivity and paying also tribute to the president's efforts in ensuring that they are included in different activities, in ensuring that they are included in different sectors of the economy, and also being grateful to government for the disability grant and all the other initiatives. So we will keep you up to date when the president arrives, or when the patron of the Namibia Federation for the Visually Impaired arrives. Yes. Thank you, Nina.
Thank you so much, Blanche. That was NBC reporter Blanche Gorises speaking to us directly and live there from the Parliament Gardens. Well, moving on to our program, before we get into our next conversation, we're going to take just a very short and brief break. We'll be back after that.